If you're like me and find the continuing winter weather uninspiring for running outside, I'm going to give you a few quick tips to make getting out the door a little bit easier that have been working for me. My name is Jason and I am a trainer and nutrition coach working towards my first ever marathon. This series is my own way of documenting my progress while also hopefully illuminating a few of the pitfalls that you may be able to avoid on your own journey. Even though this is episode 2 officially, week 1 of my training plan has just been completed. I did 19.62 miles out of a 19.8 scheduled. My longest was 5.6. I spent this week focused on trying to keep the easy and the fast, which was hard to do. Most of my experience has been just running 3 or 5 miles as general exercise, trying to get sweaty and tired. Relative efforts and sticking to zone training has been a challenge. But that wasn't my real problem this week. It was the snowy, cold conditions that are continuing. Having a set schedule was definitely helpful, as was ready access to a treadmill. Outside of the running, my focus for these first few weeks has been to really try to dial in some consistent practices for performance and recovery, nutrition, and equipment. This weather is already testing me on some of these aspects. While the treadmill access is nice, what I really need right now mentally is some mileage outdoors. I'm an advocate of treadmill running, but after 45 minutes or so, it does get pretty boring. I don't have one of the fancy ones with a big TV on it, nor is it placed in front of one that's mounted on a wall either. So structuring things so that it becomes a little bit easier to roll out the door in poor weather or running conditions has become key. These are 3 things that I've started doing specifically to reduce the resistance to cold, snowy weather condition running. Having a variety of tops and pants and hats and gloves is a good idea. Know their relative weights though, so you don't end up too hot or too cold. I have a pretty good feel for mine, and I understand what temperatures line up with what clothing options, so that I'm not tossing one of my hoodies into somebody's yard or cutting my run short because I'm cold. Know where it is you want to go specifically and for how far and what duration. I make sure that I know the general conditions of the route that I'm taking so that I know what I'll need on my feet. Don't assume that just because your block is clear of snow and ice that 3.5 miles away is going to be the same. I will sometimes carry those elastic cleats with me just in case. They don't weigh much, so it doesn't bother me to have them tucked in my waistband. If I drive to another location to run, like I did this past Sunday, I'll be out there with snow falling for an hour or more. So when I get back to my cold car, I want to have something dry to change into. Yeah, the car will warm up eventually, but why be uncomfortable for no reason? Knowing that I'll not be wet and cold during my drive home helps me to get there in the first place. A mindset like this can be applicable to all sorts of areas of your life. Encountering resistance to incorporating new patterns is normal. Take time to examine those and try to strategize ways to help things roll downhill a little bit easier. That's it. I hope you found this helpful. I thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video next week.